You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details.
It is Thursday, May the 11th, and we are running a little bit behind today. Here's what we got coming up. We're talking about cell phone carriers making the land grab for 5G. We're going to look at Snapchat's first earnings. We've got a viewer stock that we're going to look into, and then E3 is coming up for Nintendo. They have their plans all set, so those are the items that we're going to be covering on today's show. Stick with us live to watch it. If you're watching one of the recaps on YouTube, those are the articles that are going to be posted in individual videos today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. 5G network rollout is starting to heat up, and we've got a couple of news articles today about major carriers and what they're doing with 5G. So let's take a look at that. These companies all They want to have 5G as fast as possible, and a couple of interesting moves have come up with these companies, particularly Sprint, Verizon, and AT&T. So we're going to look at that real quick there. Trackademics, how's it going? Thanks for watching the show. We're going to jump into our first article here. Let me know if you have any questions. So the first article that we're going to be talking about is Sprint having an interesting partnership to get their 5G networks up and running. So I'm going to pull this up. It's over at Mac Rumors, and we're going to look at that real quick. Sprint is partnering with Qualcomm and SoftBank to launch their wide-scale 5G network by the end of 2019. So this is an interesting partnership. Sprint has been a bit of a wild card when it comes to the cell phone companies. We own AT&T, and Verizon is pretty good too with their dividend that they have. Sprint is a little bit of a wild card, and we'll talk about that, but they're partnering with Qualcomm to get a jump on the 5G network. I was actually going to go with a Sprint plan when I got my latest phone, and AT&T just barely undercut the price. Sprint has always been fairly solid. So they developed a 5G technology for accelerated wide-scale 5G deployments, and we've been talking about this lately as to these people getting these stocks together. They're going to carve out the map very similarly as to how it is now, but it's interesting to see them all grab these. T-Mobile is a great stock too, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The other article today about the cell carriers is Verizon outbid AT&T big time, and I don't think this is a great move for them. AT&T was bidding on Straight Path, and AT&T put in a bid for, I believe it was a $1.6 million, and Verizon is now going to pay $3.1 billion for Straight Path to get a jump on the 5G. So that's all of their plans, and like I said, you really can't go wrong with a cell company stock right now at this point. Let's take a look at each of them real quick. I went with AT&T because of the dividend that they pay and their partnership with DirecTV. I think that's an interesting slant they're going to have for offering their service. So that's the reason why we went with AT&T, not because of their strength in the cell market, because I think they're having an interesting option, and as long as they support that dividend as an income investor, I think that's great. Now, Verizon is very similar to AT&T. AT&T is 18 times earnings. Verizon, 15 times earnings, so they're technically a little bit cheaper, and they pay almost the same dividend. So in a lot of ways, it's a coin toss. Verizon, I think they're overpaying to acquire their 5G, the way that they're paying twice as much as AT&T was. So I don't think that's a smart move. But then we get into T-Mobile, and they are the hot sell stock right now. and they really want to take over the space and become the go-to cell company. They've really made it so they've actually done a service for all consumers, no matter who you have for plan for. T-Mobile's basically said it's going to be unlimited and nothing else, and they have been on fire, especially the last 5 years. As you can look at their chart here, they have just been going up like crazy. The only thing I don't like about T-Mobile at this point is they don't pay a steady dividend like AT&T and Verizon. Trackademics, let me know what you think about T-Mobile while we're doing the article here. Shoot a comment there. I'll pull it up on the screen. Why did you invest in T-Mobile? Why do you own them? What do you like about them? I know that they're just absolutely on fire. And they're definitely a solid investment. A lot of people are backing them as an investment, and they're going to kind of take over the space. Now, the long shot, and it's always been a solid company, is Sprint out there. And they've done quite well over the last 2 years or so. They've pretty much doubled in price. Them merging with T-Mobile is kind of what a lot of people want to see. That would be, I think, a great thing for T-Mobile and people who own T-Mobile. It would instantly, they would grow right up there with the size of AT&T and Verizon. Definitely, they're like the wild card if you want to invest in. I like AT&T. Let me know what you think. The stocks that you own. Let's pull it up. Let's see what the viewers have to say here over on YouTube. Great cheap service since I swapped from Verizon, which is killing me with money and no unlimited data. Yeah, a lot of people invest in what they know, what they use, and what they like. And people who use T-Mobile, it's definitely a service that they love. And like I said, it is a service that consumers are jumping on because it's a great service. This is, what we talk about in the show. We want to get a lot of gamers into investing because they play the games. They know what games are going to be hot. Just like, when you use your cell company, you know which ones are offering the better plans and stuff like that. And if you look at their stock and you do some research, you can see if it's a good buying opportunity. It's been a great buying opportunity, T-Mobile, for a lot of people. So any of the cell companies I think is good to get in on. I'm strictly doing AT&T for the dividend for the income. So let me know in the comments below on this video what you think of different cell stocks that are out there. Let me know what you think on any of the articles that we have today. That's it for today's show. I'm going to get going here. We are trying to make our push for 100 subscribers. We're very small starting out. We're about 5 away, so I'd love it if we could hit 100 today. Appreciate very much everyone who watches the show. I'd love the interaction that we have. Like I said, we're starting to we're going to do a segment where viewer stocks, we're going to focus, we're going to show them on the show. A lot of good picks that people have. So we stream every day. We stream live. We're 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. So we're live during that time frame. So check us out live. We like to chat with folks live during the show. If you're watching the recap videos that we post on YouTube, throw your comments in the discussion. If you have any stocks you like, go ahead and post them there. Love to hear what your stock picks are. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.